Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is HAKIMI SHAFARIZAL. My train number is 28650. Today I want to present to you about the article review. So for the first article is titled Association Between Television Viewing and Lifestyle. The author is Amir Hisroni. So this research assessed the relationship between television viewership and romantic preference. In addition, to question regarding TV watching pattern, present engagement in a significant romantic relationship, and marriage goal, the love attitude scale LAS based on Lee's love style taxonomy was given to a sample of 338 unmarried Israeli students. The predicted 6-component solution for the last successfully suited the data according to a confirmatory factor analysis. So, the method the researcher used is the qualitative research method. So the qualitative research method is the one of the research employed. The encouragement of the responses to gather some information serve as a proof of this. So these findings were supported by hierarchical regression employing a factor related to demographic, romantic status, and viewing preference. Follow those pragma and errors, the unit R2 varied from 1.8% to 8%, and the overall variation explained by the model was between 12% and 20%. The results are consistent with a weak cultivation effects, according to which long-term TV watching pattern among young people are correlated with mild to moderate propensities for certain love types that are thematically related to them. The result, however, might also be explained in terms of tendency resulting from socialization throughout development and family modelings. They are correlational. So, in conclusion for this article, since the cultivation theory makes us of media like television, we can relate this article to it. This article further demonstrates how influential television is among electronic media for most people.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is AHMAD RAHIM. Now I'm going to talk about the article 2, the impact of crime media's portrayal of race on a desire to become a US police officer. This article findings suggest that residing in the Southwest, having a family member working in the criminal justice system in the United States, the interaction between consuming crime media and residing in the Southwest, racial identity being white, consuming crime media, residing in the Northeast, having a close friend working in the criminal justice system in the United States, and residing in the Northwest are all statistically significant predictors of interest in becoming a police officer. Based on the article, the author used a specific method which is a quantitative method. This quantitative method proved that using one or more independent variables, binary logistic regression is a sort of statistical analysis that is used to forecast a dichotomous result. In conclusion, we can relate this article with cultivation theory because in cultivation theory, they use a television and media, and this article also proved correct because the impact of this crime media is desire people to become a police officer or other career in their life. For the title for the third article is Life Without TV, Cultivation Theory and Psychosocial Health Characteristics of Television-Free Individuals and Their Television Viewing Counterparts. The study found that individuals who did not watch television and those who watched less than 2 hours per day had similar enhanced psychosocial profiles compared to those who watched more than 2 hours per day. The study also found that the variables of depression, hopelessness, self-esteem, and weight satisfaction were the strongest discriminators among the different viewing groups. For this article, we found that it used a quantitative method, which is a respondents, procedure, and instrument. Participants in this study included viewers and non-viewers from every state in the country. 76% of the 430 respondents to the study identified as white, 8% as black, 4% as Asian American, 5% as Latino, and 7% as belonging to another racial or ethnic groups. In conclusion, according to the cultivation theory, exposure to television messaging can have a significant impact on how people behave. There is currently no data to support the behavioral implications of this exposure. Participants in this study included viewers and non-viewers from every state in the country, as well as participants who do not watch television.
So for the next article is titled Explore the Effect on Instagram on Young User Body Image. Written by Jan Philip Steen, AINA Cross and Peter Holler. According to the research, social networks have supplanted conventional media as the primary means of disseminating ideas of beauty, often leading to body dissatisfaction and low self-esteem among users. Although social comparison theory offers an empirical solid perspective on these effects, we contend that cultivation theory and its organizer examination of cognitive, attitudinal and behavioral outcome factors may give further insight as we distinguish between Instagram use quantity and quality. We observe that where users' time cannot predict the assumed outcome, we contend that cultivation theory may definitely supplement social comparison theory in the exciting understanding of media-transmitted body image, in light of the finding that Instagram usage is more closely related to other-focused perception than to self-focused perception in our research. So for the method, like I mentioned before, the researcher use quantitative and qualitative research method. We can connect this article to the cultivation theory because it makes us of media like television. To sum up, this article demonstrates once again how important the media is to the majority of people use of electronic media. People in today's world frequently refer to any intriguing advertisement they come across when doing online research, online shopping and other activities. So for the next article is analyze college student attitude about the dating process following exposure to romantic film. The author is Emilio Hernandez, BA. So this research is focused on romantic movies as a genre-specific environment that has not yet been examined by cultivation theory by addressing current criticism. This study wants to investigate whether people who watch romantic movie consider themselves high or low romantic, if they think that beauty is a type of power, and if they think that their power should be used in romantic partnership. A 32-item survey containing this topic has been administered to first-year college students. On the data, a factor analysis was performed. Results show that female students tend to be more romantic and watch romantic movie more often than their male counterpart. The goal of cultivation theory is to create a link between the quantity of television someone watch and the viewer perception that are formed as a result of the television description. The research study targeted first-year college students because of their transition period into a college, and because most are still likely to have idealistic conception about romance. Surveys were administered to students in 2 separate undergraduate courses. Results indicate the female are perceived to be more romantically inclined and frequent viewer of romantic film. So the research method that we can see in this article, which is qualitative research method. So to summarize of this article review, the uses of media like television in this article allow us to draw a connection to the cultivation hypothesis. This article serves as another evidence of how central television or the romantic film is to use media by the vast majority of people when conducting internet research, online purchasing and other activities. People regularly refer to any attractive advert they come across. Another reason we think this idea will be proven correct is the fact that individual desire to work as a police officer or they just a student in other profession as a consequence of the influence that the media has had on a crime. And the next article review is titled Reviving Cultivation Theory for Social Media. written by Emilio Hernandez BA. So based on this, the research, Facebook seems to be a comparable synthetic environment. Everything communicated on social media platforms shapes opinion and may result in judgment. Resonance, a major component of cultivation theory that emphasizes generating false words that are similar to reality, is one of its maintenance. People can build a profile on social networking site where they can seem however they want and speak however they want. So in a way, this profile serves as their avatar. Assuming that billions of people behave in the same way, it's obvious that social media platforms likewise contain manufactured content. Because of this, it is essential in the modern social media era to advance cultivation theory and make it applicable to it. This research emphasizes the need to revive and adapt cultivation theory to social media in addition to 4 areas of communication theory to more effectively analyze user behavior. So, the conclusion is the research method for this article, which is quantitative research method that the researcher used in this article. So in conclusion, the article of use media like Facebook enable us to make a connection between it and the cultivation idea. Another example of how important this media is to how the great majority of people use electronic media is provided by this article. People frequently refer to any eye-catching advertisement they encounter when performing making purchase online, engaging in other activity or online research in their life. The desire of people to work as a officer or in other profession as a result of the media impact on crime is another reason I believe this story will be proven right.
Okay, the title for article number 7 is How Are We Going to Treat Chinese People During the Pandemic? Media Cultivation of Intergroup Treat and Blame, which is the author is from Ma and Zenzin Ma. The study is part of an investigation on how the COVID-19 pandemic affected Americans' perceptions of danger and intergroup relations. They conduct an online survey with 2 samples, which is college students and US-based Amazon Mechanical, which is MTurk workers after receiving consent from an institutional review board. The majority of participants were female, which is 62.2%, and white, 58.1%, and the majority were 19 to 38 years old on average. Participants were 8.3% African American or Black, 0.4% American Indian, 19.8% Asian American, and 4.1% Hispanic Latino, and 4.2% multiracial. They surveyed 375 participants from MTurk between April 7 May 2020, of whom were based in the US. Method that this article used is a quantitative method. In conclusion, we can conclude that this study shows how media consumption in the context of the COVID-19 epidemic can foster intergroup danger and blame, which in turn can alter intergroup behaviors and support for disputes about China. The findings underline the crucial role of media influencing intergroup relations in a global health crisis, and they have practical consequences since they add to theories of cultivation and intergroup danger.
Hi, my name is NURUL ATHIRAH binti JALIL, Women's Street 286627, and I want to present about my research in shaping our presentation of reality, sustainability communication by Canada Festival atau Record Dots. The festival industry has accounted for $1 trillion annually and is made up of a wide variety of events, including music, Culture and Community Festival. The festival will be located using public domain search engines such as Google and Yahoo from multiple computers to expand such a festival via different IP address and running the following search queries: Canada Festival, Canada Event Festival, and Event in the Canada. Finding indicated that 64% of festival did not communicate any sustainable practice communicated with waste management and sustainable transportation, yet few festival engage in effective, consistent and sufficient marketing of initiative to festival goers. Best practice festival having communicated 5.47 initiative or more, we are found to have been significantly more unlikely than no best practice festival to music festival and have been in operation longer.
In conclusion, cultivation theory is a framework in sociology and communication that examines the lasting effects of media, particularly television, on individuals and society. It proposes that people who are exposed to media for extended periods of time are more likely to perceive the world as it presented in the media they consume, which can influence their attitudes and behaviors. The theory was developed by George Gubner and Larry Gross in the 1970s and focused on three types of analysis, which is institutional process analysis, message system analysis, and cultivation analysis. Cultivation theory suggests that media consumption can be individuals' perceptions of the world and contribute to shared cultural assumptions. It has been widely studied in the field of mass communication. The cultivation hypothesis argues that media have a big impact on how we see the world. Too much media consumption may lead to cultivated perception of reality that might not be accurate or representational.